Sometimes the most powerful moments aren't the loud ones. They're the quiet seconds where everything changes without warning. And in When Calls the Heart Season 13 finale, that exact feeling hangs in the air from the very beginning. Because Hope Valley isn't just celebrating under the harvest moon, it's standing at the edge of a turning point that could redefine everything we thought we knew about love, family, and the future. After a season filled with emotional battles, painful truths, and slow-burning relationships, this finale doesn't rush. It builds, carefully pulling every storyline together into something that feels both beautiful and bittersweet at the same time. The town gathers for the Harvest Festival, and on the surface, it looks like a moment of peace, a chance to breathe after everything they've been through. But beneath that warm glow is a quiet tension, the kind that comes when people know something important is about to happen, but no one is saying it out loud. At the center of it all stands Nathan, a man who has spent so long holding back his feelings that now, when the moment finally feels right, the real question isn't whether he loves Elizabeth, it's whether he's ready to risk everything to say it. His journey hasn't been simple, and that's what makes this moment feel so real. This isn't a fairy tale confession built on perfection, it's built on hesitation, missed chances, and the fear of losing something before it even begins. And yet, as the festival unfolds, you can feel the shift in him. The quiet conversations, the subtle glances, the way he listens when others tell him not to wait too long, it all points to one thing: a decision is coming, and it's coming soon. But what makes this even more powerful is Elizabeth's side of the story, because while Nathan is preparing to take a step forward, she is standing in a place of reflection, balancing her role as a mother with her desire for something more. Her journey this season has been about finding stability, about protecting her son while also allowing herself to feel again. And that balance isn't easy. When LJ pushes for independence, wanting to experience the world beyond the boundaries set for him, it forces Elizabeth into a difficult position. She isn't just deciding what's safe, she's deciding what kind of future she wants to build, both for herself and for her child. And that emotional weight carries into every interaction she has, especially with Nathan. Their connection feels stronger than ever, but it's also more fragile, because now the stakes are real. This isn't about what could happen anymore, it's about what will happen next. Meanwhile, the rest of Hope Valley reflects that same theme of change. The departure of the evacuees brings a wave of emotion that reminds everyone how much they've grown together. These aren't just background characters leaving, they represent a chapter of the town's story coming to an end. And in those quiet goodbyes, the show captures something incredibly human, the idea that even the most temporary connections can leave a lasting impact. At the same time, characters like Rosemary and Lee bring warmth to the story, showing that family isn't always about where you come from, but about who chooses to stand beside you. Their bond with Gwen highlights the heart of the series, that no matter how much things change, the sense of belonging remains. But even within that warmth, there's a feeling that something bigger is about to unfold. Because while the festival celebrates the present, the future is quietly waiting. And for Nathan and Elizabeth, that future might arrive sooner than either of them expects. The beauty of a moment like this isn't just in what happens, it's in what could happen. And as the night of the Harvest Festival unfolds, that quiet possibility turns into something almost impossible to ignore, because every glance, every conversation, every heartbeat seems to be building toward a single question that no one is brave enough to ask out loud. Will this finally be the moment where everything changes for Nathan and Elizabeth, or will it slip away just like so many chances before it? The festival itself becomes more than just a celebration. It becomes a stage where emotions that have been buried for so long finally begin to rise to the surface. The soft glow of the lanterns, the warmth of the community, the sense of closure in the air, it all creates the perfect setting for something life-changing to happen. And yet, what makes this moment so powerful is the uncertainty that surrounds it. Nathan has never been a man who rushes into things, and that's exactly why this decision feels so heavy. He knows what's at stake. This isn't just about asking a question, it's about opening his heart completely, about risking rejection, about stepping into a future that he can't control. And for someone who has spent so much of his life protecting others, that kind of vulnerability is the hardest battle of all. At the same time, Elizabeth feels that shift too, even if it isn't spoken. There's a quiet awareness between them now, something deeper than words, something that says they are both standing on the edge of the same moment. But life, as always, doesn't make it easy. Responsibilities, fears, and the weight of everything they've been through still linger, creating a tension that refuses to fully disappear. And that's what makes the story feel so real, because love here isn't simple. It's layered, complicated, and deeply human. As the night continues, other stories begin to find their own sense of closure. Lucas stands at a crossroads, his journey no longer defined by what he once had, but by what he chooses to do next. There's a sense that his path is moving in a new direction, one that could take him away from the life he once imagined. Meanwhile, Joseph and Minnie represent something equally important, the slow and painful process of healing. Forgiveness doesn't come easily, especially when the wounds are deep, but the fact that it's even being considered shows just how far they've come. These smaller moments, these quieter arcs, add depth to the finale, reminding us that every character is moving forward in their own way, even if the destination isn't clear yet. And then, as the night reaches its peak, the emotion becomes almost overwhelming. This is where the episode truly shines, not through dramatic twists or shocking reveals, but through the weight of everything that has been built over time. The question of Nathan's proposal lingers until the very end, and whether it happens or not, the impact of this moment is undeniable. Because what truly matters isn't just the answer, it's the courage it takes to ask the question in the first place. As the festival comes to a close and the town begins to settle, there's a sense that something has shifted. Hope Valley feels the same, but also different, like a chapter has ended and a new one is quietly beginning. And that's the magic of this finale. It doesn't just give us answers, it gives us a feeling, a sense that life will continue, that love will keep growing, and that even after everything these characters have been through, their story is far from over. And as the screen fades and the final moments linger, one thought stays with you. Sometimes the biggest changes don't come from grand gestures. They come from the quiet decision to finally stop waiting and take a chance. So the real question is, did Nathan finally find his moment, or is the story of his and Elizabeth's forever still waiting to be written?